Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Report. It's Friday afternoon, and unfortunately we don't have Dallas Cowboys football to talk about. And I'm kind of pissed. In fact, I'm really pissed. Now, if you guys want to live stream tonight, 9:30, let me know. We can live stream. I just want to make sure people are interested in doing it. It's kind of depressing without talking about our Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. So let me know if you're up for it. Just leave a comment or two and say, hey, we're in with you for tonight. But listen, I put out a video. In fact, let me get a drink here for Joe Boo, because we need it. Put out a video talking about Jason Garrett, and a lot of people don't agree with me. A lot of people are saying, what do you have to complain about? We are 13-3. We got a bright future. We got a great young quarterback. Jason Garrett is coach of the year. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to give you my argument why Jason Garrett is not the coach. Because first of all, the problem is us. From here on out, you're not going to hear me say any more about our past Super Bowl victories, because we have sucked from high hell since the mid-90s. But we are fine with saying, but we got 5 rings. You know what? My son is 25 years old. 26, actually. He doesn't remember the Dallas Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. As I dare say, most of you guys who are watching this don't remember the Dallas Cowboys winning a Super Bowl. But yet, that is our fallback for everything. We got 5 rings. Well, that don't mean jack right now. Because what our team is doing is not acceptable. People are just happy that, hey, we were in the playoffs. When you do that crap, you might as well say, hey, we're 4-0 in the preseason. It doesn't mean anything if you lose first game of the playoffs. You want the truth? I'm not sure you can handle the truth. Sorry. Tony Romo has taken too much blame for losing over the years. And I think Jason Garrett deserves a lot of that, because he has been the other constant on this thing. More constant than you actually realize. Because, see, Jason Garrett has been here for a long time with Wade Phillips. Remember that 2007 season where we were the number 1 seed and lost? Yeah. Jason Garrett was the coach on that team. He was the offensive coordinator. Okay? But again, people like to come up with excuses. So we'll push that one to the side. We say, that's not on him. He wasn't the head coach. Okay, fine. So 2010, he took over as interim head coach. 2011, we were 8-7, and all we had to do was beat the Giants, and we were in the playoffs. But we didn't. We lost 31-14. And people will say, hey, don't worry about that. He was just beginning to be the coach of the team. And the Giants, they went on to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, well, guess what? Had we won that game, they wouldn't have been in the playoffs and wouldn't have had an opportunity to win the Super Bowl. And by the way, that team was only 9-7 and won the Super Bowl. Okay, fair enough. We'll push that one to the side. The very next year, same scenario, different players. 8-7 going into the last week of the season, and we're playing the RG3 Skins. And guess what happened? We lost that one, 28-18. Yeah, another disappointing end to a season. 2013, same game again, different player. 8-7, playing the Eagles for the division. And guess what? We lost 24-22. Now here's the amazing thing about that game to me. Because Tony Romo didn't play in that game. So you can't blame Tony Romo for that loss. But yet we ended up with the same results. See, the defining moment for that game was a 4th and 1 about on the 50-yard line. A game in which DeMarco Murray trucked over a defensive lineman. Literally. 300-pound man he knocked backwards. It's 4th and 1. You got John Kitna, your backup quarterback, playing. And what did we do? We tried to pass for the first down. Incomplete pass. Turn the ball on the downs. We lose the game. 2014. Same game, different players. A lot of people will put the blame on the catch, no catch. It was the officials made a bad call. But I will tell you that game shouldn't have come down to that. It was 4th and 1 again. A lot of time on the clock. You had the best running back in football. But we're going for it all. And even if Dez had caught that, there was a lot of time left on the clock where Aaron Rodgers could have come down and kicked a field goal and won. And we know how that works, seeing that we just saw that in 39 seconds this past week. So again, instead of the coach saying, you know what, we lost that game, he basically threw Tony Romo under the bus and said, he changed the play. Okay. Well, see, I remember guys like Bill Parcells who became the lightning rod and would take the bullet for the team to take the focus off of the players. But see, we don't have that here in Dallas. If anything, our coach puts them under the bus or makes it worse. Instead of us hearing that Dak Prescott is our starting quarterback, we hear, well, we're going to evaluate that and see how it goes. What is that? That's not coaching. Okay, fine. We'll forget about that game. We'll blame it on the catch, no catch. 2015, you lose your starting quarterback and you win 1 game out of 12. And people will say that you lost your starting quarterback. Yeah. Well, the Texans made it to the playoffs with 3 starting quarterbacks, including one that you couldn't win one here, who came in late in the season, came in at halftime, won a game, and then the following week won another game. Yeah. So we couldn't coach up a guy in case our quarterback got hurt. Okay. 2016, here we are. You got the best offensive line in football. You've got the best running back by over 300 yards in the league. You got a rookie sensation quarterback who had the best rookie year ever. You got a top 5 offense. Your team is healthy. You got a defense top 5 in scoring. Yet, here it is. We lose to the Green Bay Packers, who are beat the hell up at home. So, when I look at every year, when we have those defining moment games, somehow, some way, we lose those. And we as fans have gotten to the point where we accept it and say, hey, we got 5 rings. You won't hear that from me ever again, because that is the past. You guys have nothing to do with those. We have to start being accountable. And our coaches, I'm sorry, you guys think he's a good coach, but a good coach is a guy like Sean Payton that says, I'm going to kick an onside kick and I don't care if it works or not. I'm going to try something different. And he's a hero. And you honestly cannot look at Jason Garrett and say, we won those games because of Jason Garrett. It's more of, we won those games in spite of Jason Garrett. And this on-the-job training that we have been doing for 10 years, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. You have small windows. Why is it O'Brien in Texas, with the Texans, who got his team to the playoffs last year with 3 different quarterbacks, got them to the playoffs this year without his best player, J.J. Watt, was on the hot seat with basically saying if he didn't win this game, he's going to be replaced? How is it John Fox with Denver took his team to the Super Bowl, had 12 in 4 seasons, 13 in 3 seasons, he got replaced by Kubiak, and they won a Super Bowl? Why is it that Jason Garrett can't be looked upon like those guys? Why is it the bar is so low that this is just acceptable? We as Cowboy fans are making the excuses for it, in the same way we make the excuses for Tony Romo. Well, Bill Parcells famously said, you are what your record says you are. And right now, our record as far as crunch games, important games, we're 0. So if you have an argument to tell me why I'm wrong about Jason Garrett and why he should be the coach, I'm all ears, because I can't see it. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joby Report. And I look forward to your comments. And have a great weekend. Yeah, without football.